Josette O'Brien here at PAPreps.com. Here to talk about this week's um, top 10 rankings for Class 4A. Just want to get into a little bit as far as what went into coming up with these rankings for these teams. For the most part, I've done. We did a Power Five for each class before the season. We didn't want to do a full top 10 until after the first 2 weeks and things. You know, um, I don't want to say shook themselves out, but just wanted to get some results before we decided to go a full top 10. So we'll start at number 10. It's McKeesport out of the Whippio. Number 9 is Pine Richland. Number 8 is LaSalle. Number 7 is Coatesville. Number 6 is Parkland. Number 5 is Woodland Hills. Number 4 is Central Dauphin. Number 3 is Wilson. Number 2 is Central Catholic. And number 1 is St. Joseph's Prep. With St. Joseph's Prep, I think their first 2 to 3 games, maybe even 4 games, are against teams out of state. So right now they're 1-1. They lost a game against Don Bosco Prep out of New Jersey this past weekend. But we decided, we're not going to penalize them for losing to a team that nobody else in Pennsylvania could possibly even hang with. So they deserve that number. They deserve that number 1 spot in our opinion until they lose to somebody in Pennsylvania. That's just how we look at it. So at number 2 we have Central Catholic, as I said. Right now, they're definitely a run-heavy team, but they've always been like that. Even when they had a high-profile quarterback, Constantino, a couple years ago, that ended up going to Florida State, they still were just running the ball. So there's nothing surprising about that. They have a ton of D1 athletes on the defensive side of the ball. So they have a tough matchup, or a decent matchup. Well, a tough matchup against North Allegheny this weekend. So it'll be interesting to see if North Allegheny can, force them to, pass the ball more. Because right now, the, Central Catholic is grinding the ball out, averaging over. Well, they have 2 running backs that average over 100 yards per game right now. So it'll be interesting to see if North Allegheny can force them to pass the ball. And on the offensive side, North Allegheny is going to have to hit for some big plays this weekend. Central Catholic, they're not going to be able to dink and dunk, I think, all the way down the field without taking some chances. So number 3, we have Wilson, and number 4, Central Dauphin. Ironically, both of these teams are, well, not ironically, both teams are out of District 3, and they also play each other this week. It's a home game for Wilson, so the loser of this game will probably drop down a little bit. So you have Woodland Hills, Parkland. I think they're a dark horse, to be honest with you. Come out of the East, I believe. You have Coatesville. I still think teams are sleeping on them a little bit. I mean, people are sleeping on them just a little bit, but time will tell. LaSalle, they have a tough game coming up this weekend. Let's see, Pine Richland, I think they're a sleeper out in the Whippio. They lost a lot of skilled players last year, but they still have a great offensive line, actually a great front 7 on defense, a pretty good offensive line. They have a sophomore quarterback that's going to be incredible the next couple years. His name is Phil Jerkovic. He's currently a sophomore, legitimate dual threat quarterback. So, Pine Richland, who made it to the state championship game last year and lost, heartbreaking to St. Joseph Prep, in a way they reloaded. But they definitely have enough senior leadership where they should, make a lot of noise in the, this year, definitely in the Whippio. They're definitely a contender for the Whippio Class 4A championship. And McKeesport, they actually played Penn Trafford this week. And Penn Trafford is also a team, we considered putting in the top 10. It was either them or McKeesport. So, as I said in the article, when I put out the top 10 this week, they'll basically saw that on the field this weekend. So, I just wanted to give some insight to our top 10 for Class 4A.